U.S. media publishes an editorial criticizing Trump, hands covered with blood, wait until November to calculate the general ledger. Global news on the 9th of this month. Recently, the U.S. Boston Globe published an editorial entitled "A President Who Is Not Qualified for the New Crown Pandemic," criticizing Trump and his team for their poor performance in responding to the new crown epidemic. To be blunt, the advent of many pains and deaths is inevitable, and the hands of the president are covered with blood. The U.S. media believes that the culprit of the spread of the new crown virus in the United States is Trump, calling the White House's decision catastrophic. The president's actions have allowed the world's richest country to experience a season of endless suffering. The epidemic revealed that the worst feature of the president was not just being used as a joke in late-night comedies, but to make Americans pay the price of life, livelihood and collective spirit. This editorial can be said to have scolded Trump for a bloody head and deliberately used a group comparison sentence, saying that Trump is a confirmed case in the United States in late January, but said everything is under control. Among them, a president who wants to make the number of diagnoses in the United States low, not allow infected tanker passengers to go ashore, and does not actively test all Americans, a president who misleads the public with a new and proven treatment of coronary pneumonia. The article pointed out that in this crisis, many key decision points have passed, but there is still room for recovery. For the safety of their lives, every American should expect a turning point, even if the Trump team's slow response can at least prevent it the largest contagion. But by the end of the year's elections, you have to settle the ledger with Trump. What account? The lives that have passed away. The president sees the huge, unavoidable pain that happened. This article represents the views of at least half of Americans. The latest polls show that more than half of Americans believe that Trump's anti-epidemic work has failed. As the number of deaths continues to rise, more and more Americans will complain about Trump, because people all over the world see that in this battle against the epidemic, Trump is completely unqualified. As those who are still in those who support Trump, they just think that switching to someone else as president may be worse than it is now. The current epidemic situation in the United States is indeed very serious. What Trump can do is just as the American media said, so that the United States will not fall completely, and Trump himself said that the death toll is less than 100,000 is victory. In this way, it is impossible to change the president temporarily. Trump's indifference when facing life is very chilling. The number of deaths from his mouth is the same as his favorite money, just a number, and the number of American deaths is 180,000. Don't care, such a president, can the Americans not ask him to calculate